What does this mean to you to be back?
It means everything. It means everything. It's it's a pretty surreal experience. To be here and just my middle son is here and just talking to him about running gassers on the football field at 5:30 in the morning and running up the stadium steps right here, and then to kind of be able to come full circle and actually start a new circle here is it's a surreal feeling.
How did you know this was the right job for you?
How did I not know, right? Like Coach Rice said, I mean, we've kept in contact. I've been known him for years and known Coach Bernsey for years. And from the first day that Coach Rice stepped on campus, I mean, he called me and said, hey, it's very important for us to keep the history and build this culture around the history. And would you like to come in and speak to the guys? And I want you to be a part of this, as much as you can. And first week, I think I came in and talked to the guys, and ever since then, he's never, ever not returned one of my phone calls. He's always allowed me to come into the practices. I've gotten to know all the guys. I mean, shoot, I don't know, I probably text Red more than any of the coaches on his staff about, things of that nature, and, been involved with, Coach Rice's boys. And so I've been able to watch, this program just excel and propel the heights that, we had just started when I was here and playing. And when you're around it and you see it, you're always intrigued about, man, you're around it, but what's going on inside? What's the inner workings of that? How does that feel to be there? And so it's just a great feeling. So there's no doubt in my mind that this was the thing to do.
Why was this the right time?
Because timing is everything, because you don't know when it's the right time or not the right time. But when the opportunity came up, it was the right time. And I had a very, very, very incredible experience last year at Eastern Washington. Again, not just with the staff there and the team and stuff, but I got to coach my own kid and two other guys that were just like my kids. So I don't know if I've ever been a part of an experience myself that was so exciting yet so heart-wrenching at the same time. But the timing of it, there was no other time, I mean, to do this. And when this opportunity came up, I think a lot of people were looking at it like this no-brainer, Roberto. Well, yeah, it is a no-brainer. I mean, it's just like Coach Rice likes to say, once a Bronco, always a Bronco. And I am and forever will be. And so there's nothing better for me than this at this point in time, and for my family and everybody else. And so, I mean, yeah, it's some butterflies. There's some butterflies about it. It feels that good.
Having the opportunity to coach at the prep level, the AAU level, then at Eastern last year, I mean, how does that benefit you to just, see this coaching world from so many different perspectives?
You just learn. I mean, you just learn. You just learn not only about the profession of coaching or not only about, relationships, but you learn about yourself, and I think I've learned a whole lot about myself going through the process of, again, being in Missouri, in the Midwest, coaching at Eastern. I learned so much from those guys there. But even, experiences I had, all across the world. I mean, I didn't think about it then, but when I played in Europe and I get kids asking me, hey, you went to Europe and, you didn't play in the NBA. Well, why? I'm like, man, I never regretted a minute of that because I learned so much about myself. And now this is even coming full circle because of the relationships that I created and the people that I still talk to those guys. So now this is going to be something else that's going to help me in this profession that I've done. And so every single year that I've been involved in this basketball deal has helped me to learn those things, to be able to be ready and be prepared to do this job and just try to help this program continue to propel and, have the patience and the trust from the community to allow me to do it. And hopefully you guys aren't too mad when I screw it up a little bit, just hopefully not too much.
Was it always your dream or your goal to be a coach at this level? And I guess this backup to that would be, are you still climbing? Or do you have ultimate goals, or is it just kind of happening?
It's kind of happening. It's kind of happening. I would be lying if I said when I was a player that I dreamt about being a coach. And I'd be lying if I was saying when I stopped playing and I started to coach in the community that I wanted to be a coach. At that point, it was all about me just kind of giving back to this community that absolutely shaped me. When I came to Boise in '96, I came as a very lost, irresponsible boy, and this Boise State community changed me into a man. So I wanted to just give back. But as it went along, I fell in love with it. And things just changed and opportunities came. I believe, for me, I just believe it's because of how I treated people, and those opportunities came. And now, when last year, my wife and I decided to jump into the college coaching, then yeah, there started to become some things like you start to dream, right? And you start to dream and like, man, maybe one day, this will happen. Maybe one day, she can come back to be home. And so for it to happen in 1 year was head spinning. I would say that. It was like, whoa. Yeah, man, it is. It's a dream come true, but it wasn't a dream that was like, okay, this is going to happen. So, yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm ecstatic.
I went to one of your games at the Big Sky Tournament just to watch you, and I watched
Appreciate
you in
it.
pregame warm-ups where you're out there in your sweats and in your tennis shoes and in your basketball uniform, running drills with the kids, and then you want to switch and you come back and you're still running plays and sets with your kids and you're coaching, and then during the game you're up and down the bench, you're at the end, you're in the middle, you're on the right side. It seems like the personal interaction you have with kids really works for you.
Well, I guess one thing you alluded to, I'm hyper. I am. And,
You looked
and,
it a little bit,
and
yeah.
people will get annoyed with me a little bit because, I can be a little bit, just hyper. So that's part of it. It's just containing that energy that I have in me, and I got to let it out, somehow, some way. But I mean, I'm just a hooper, you guys. I mean, I've been since I was a little boy, and I still am now. And I hope that that these guys will get used to me maybe not being in the office so much and being in that gym, because it just pulls me. And that's one of the things that last year helped me at Eastern Washington, learning how much time I actually could be in the gym and not, right? So I just love this. This game has done so much for me, and it's so fun. I'm just a hooper, and so yeah, I guess when you see me at the games, I'm hoping that I can have one more year to put their uniform on, right? Hey, give me your jersey. And so I just want to be a part of it. I just love being a part of it. Every single dribble, every single shot, every single meeting, every single, weightlifting. I just love being a part of it. And so I can't do anything else but do that.
Yeah. I don't mean this disrespectful, but since you left college, you've ever had a real job? Did you ever go get a real job, or have you just always been kind of doing the basketball thing?
Man, ask my wife Rhonda about that, and I think she'll have probably a better answer. She might look at you a little crazy, but have I ever had a real job? I would say, I worked in the school district for years.
Okay.
But it wasn't a real job. It was work that I love to do. I was working with kids. I was teaching.
Okay.
So I would say probably not. I worked a little bit at the YMCA. I don't. So the answer is probably no. Other people might say, oh yeah, you filled out a W-2 and I-9, so that's a real job. But I've been able to teach. I've been able to teach, and I've been able to lead, and I've been able to be around people. I enjoy it. I'm that guy. I've always been that guy. It kind of got me in trouble a little bit when I was in my younger ages. I don't want to miss out on the party, right? Like, I hate missing out on it. So yeah, so I've always been around people, and so yeah, it's been great for me.
How's Boise State basketball gonna be better now because Berto's back?
Shoot, man, that's a good one, and that's tough to say because Coach Rice and the rest of the staff and just ascended to some really, really high levels that for me was just felt good to be around. But I think how it's gonna be better, I hope to just bring who I am and maybe bring a little more energy, right? Maybe, infuse a little bit more healthy, productive, life and experiences on top of just adding what they've done. And like I said, maybe not do too much to where I'm so annoying I screw it up. But I'm just happy to be a part of this. And I don't know how to be anything else but me. And so hopefully with that, it'll help to push and propel us to even newer heights and bigger heights than what it is right now. Again, I think I'm very confident in my ability to do some things. Like I just talked about, teach. I think I'm a great teacher. And I think I think I treat people like I want to be treated. And I think, I hope that is something that will, have a positive impact on the campus and the community. And like I said, I have a lot to give back to this community, man. It's provided me a lot. And so I just hope that's a trickle-down effect that helps us to be better.